There was a time during the 2000s when it was not uncommon to see American spy movies centered on combating terrorism, likely spurred on by the September 11th attacks. With the amateur director James Hawes appears to be throwing back to that era, as this feels like a movie that could have been released in 2005. However, that's hardly a bad thing, and for most of its runtime, this does present a compelling narrative about a CIA employee who ends up going on his mission of revenge. Even though there are no real surprises to the plot, the decisions made by Charlie on his quest make this an entertaining spy picture. As the title suggests, Charlie is an amateur, and that provides the most interesting element of the film. How does someone used to only typing on a keyboard and watching monitors operate on the field? And how does him being emotionally affected by the actions of the terrorists play into his decision-making? These questions are explored in a compelling manner, and the film shows him initially learning on the job as he looks for each person responsible for his wife's death. Rami Malek successfully depicts his development over the course of the film and how he attempts to defeat those he hates. The movie also spends a significant amount of time at the CIA as Charlie comes into conflict with his superiors. The conversations about the reach of the Central Intelligence Agency and its role in handling security and human threats do respect the intelligence of the audience and show the contrast between them and Charlie in how to deal with terrorists. Holt McCallany digs into the devious side of his deputy director, with some of the film's strongest scenes coming from his interactions with Julianne Nicholson as the new head of the agency. Some of the action set pieces are decently directed by Hawes, with some of the standout moments coming from Charlie confronting the people he's after and devising his plots to kill them. Although the film smartly also shows the trial and error involved and the mistakes he makes along the way. The amateur does run a little too long as the pace slows at a certain point, and the script becomes more routine as it goes on. Catriona Balfe especially could have been given a stronger role, and John Bernthal's screen time is disappointingly short as a colleague of Charlie's. Nonetheless, there's enough world hopping and internal CIA discussions to grab one's interest. As secret agent movies go, The Amateur does not do anything too different from your traditional airport paperback. Adapting Robert Little's 1981 novel, the film makes it seem relevant to the present day, even as it explores ideas that have been commonplace in these kinds of movies over the last 25 years. There are definitely shades of the Jason Bourne series here as well, which might have been intentional. Watching The Amateur does take one back to the kinds of spy flicks you would normally find at the multiplex years ago, and it's good to see another one of these reach the big screen with a script full of compelling adult conversations.